What's up, y'all? We back for another episode. Sensei Kai, Dojo Sessions, learning life through lessons. Today we have a very special guest, not only because her name's Kai, and she gave me food about 2 months ago, but she has a crazy story that I really want to share today. Kai, how you doing?
I'm good, Kai. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm off this
Good.
coffee right now, so I'm feeling energized. I'm happy that it's Friday. You
That's
know.
what's up.
What about you?
TGIF. I'm good. I can't complain. God is good.
Oh yeah, all the time. How was your drive over here today?
My drive was cool. Not much traffic or whatever. It was good.
And then what city you came from?
Compton. I
Oh,
live
okay.
in Compton.
How long was that? Like of a drive was that?
Maybe like 10, 15 minutes. Not that long.
Okay, that's smooth. First
Yeah.
off, I want to say I like the fit,
Thank
Bostoned out. You
Yes.
came prepared. So I just really want to dive into your life story.
Okay. Let's
For
go.
sure. I didn't get too much before we did the pre-screening on purpose because I kind of wanted to just dive in organically. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
even from people who I know to know you, Rock, for instance, he said, "Oh yeah, she got a story." So I'm very curious to know where are you from exactly?
I was born and raised in South Central LA. Um, my mom, back in the 80s, the crack pandemic came, crack came, and she got caught up in that. So my grandmother raised me. My mother passed away when I was 14 years old. So it was kind of tough growing up without her, but I kind of had the love and support of
So it was just your grandmother,
my grandmother and my grandfather.
for
Yeah.
sure. Was that like your main support system? Did you have any like cousins or anybody like that around you?
My aunts, they're like moms to me too. So they really dug in and helped too. But as far as them like having street knowledge, they really wasn't for the streets. Like they were book smart.
Mm-hmm.
So like I got into street life. Like, why good girls like bad boys. I got caught up with a bad one,
What
which
age
was
was that?
I met my ex-husband when I was 20 years old.
So at 20. Before that though, had you had any knowledge of like street life, or it was just like in the lore to you? You were like, this looks like something that I like.
I
What age did
mean,
that start?
being bad, I would say rebellious, like at 14 when my mom died. Like just getting out there, hanging with the wrong crowd, going to parties, and the parties wind up getting shot up or somebody fighting or something like that. It just was hard. And then like getting with dudes that don't mean you no good, that just be out for what you can do for them. I never learned that, because my grandmother was the type of grandmother like, oh, if I don't talk about it, it could get swept under the rug.
For sure.
So it's like I had to go out there and learn for myself. And by me being my mother's only child, that was another thing too. I didn't have no siblings to really, count on and stuff too.
I mean, that's a style of parenting that I see a lot of mixed reactions about. Sometimes when you don't talk about it, you think it won't be present, but I
Right.
feel like it's best to attack those things head on, like let the child know what's out here, kind of expose them to it, because either way, it finds you regardless. So at
Right.
14, a switch kind of went off, like when your mother passed away.
Yes.
Where were you feeling? Like, how were you feeling mentally at the time? Were y'all like this, you and your mother, or like how was y'all's relationship?
We were extremely close because although she was on drugs, she was a functional smoker, meaning she still maintained employment. She went to work every day. She did what she had to do to take care of me at the time. And she just so happened to get like what they call a bad hit and it took her out, Kai. And that like devastated me because my mother was so beautiful. Like tall, Coca-Cola bottle shape, really beautiful dimples. I mean, even when she cried, her dimples would show. She was just a gorgeous lady with a lovely spirit. And it's just unfortunate because she didn't want to do what the dude wanted her to do. He took her life. like by giving her a bad hit.
Do you think that was intentional on his end? Like, 'cause
Oh,
I'm sure he knew
yes.
what type of drug he had.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Very intentional.
So being young at that time, did you know that your mother was involved in any type of drugs or anything?
I
Or
mean, I did know my mother battled addiction throughout my entire life, like from back in the 70s, because I'm a 70s baby, from pills on up. So when the tides changed and the crack pandemic became real and hit the hood in the 80s, she kind of was like a follower. She didn't like dance to the beat of her own drum, like with her friends. You know what I mean? And they got her caught up in that.
no, for sure.
Yeah, and so that made me so adamant about like I would never, ever practice with no type of drugs. I'm cool because I seen what it did to my mother.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. I was gonna ask, like, how did you actually avoid that from, because 14 is when the flip switch when you started being outside, but this whole
Right.
other time past that, you avoided it. Like, you didn't have any friends in school trying to like put it in your area or anything like that.
No, I had very good supportive friends in school. I could say that. And like I was in a whole lot of extracurricular activities in school and stuff. So it really wasn't no bad stuff like that happening at that time.
Oh yeah, you stayed out the way.
I stayed out the way.
As you
But
should, as you
yeah.
should. So could you take us to that day that you found out that she passed? Like, what was that day looking like for you?
Oh God. I can remember like it was yesterday. I had woke up that morning and my aunt was in the kitchen. And I went in the kitchen and she was like, Kai, you didn't hear what happened last night? I was like, no, what are you talking about? She was like, you didn't see all those firemen flashing lights in your face and the police was in here? I was like, no. She was like, they took your mother. Like, I don't know what she had, but whatever she had made her lose her entire, like everything that keep your bodily fluids in, from earwax to snot to tears to saliva to her messing on herself. Like everything shut down, and they took her to the ER, and she had overdosed before. I think maybe like when I was like 12. So I'm like, oh, I'm tired. And I was tired of her being on it. So I'm like, oh, she gonna come home, And my aunt like, you sure you don't want to go to the hospital? I'm like, no, I don't want to. I'm tired of her, kids, I didn't want to see my mother in that light. You know what I mean? So I was like, I'm going to school. And we lived in some apartments in South Central. So it was like an alley. So I got to the alley and my aunt opened the door because she know me so well. And she was like, Kai, you going to school, right? I was like, she said, let me know where you going. I was like, okay, I'm going to be over Shay house. And she was like, okay. And then I went over my cousin Shay house for about half of the day. And she came and got me. And then she brought me home. She didn't say nothing on the ride home. We got in the kitchen and she was like, Kai, I'm sorry, but your mom, she passed away. She didn't make it. And Kai, I swear to you, whatever holds you up, whatever gravity is in your body, it just left me. And I hit the floor. And I just freaked out and was just crying uncontrollably. It was horrible.
I know that was a overwhelming feeling for you, even the way you just you just made me visualize that whole day.
Yeah.
For real. So from that moment, what was that grieving process like for you? Did you already just have to adjust to new life? Okay, now you have to move. Like, how was your grieving process? Because you were, 14 at the time?
Yes.
What did that look like for you? They told you, okay, you got to move. Like, what's next?
Well, I was already staying with my grandmother at the time because of my mother's addiction. So it really wasn't a move. But when she did pass, it affected me so much. I think I stayed out of school for like a good month or two. But academically, it didn't affect me because I was so smart. Like, school used to bore me. That's how smart I was. I like hurry up and do my work so I could go, or just skip school, go and take the test and still get good grades. You know what I mean?
That's good you stayed up academically, though. I know some people would have made them do the opposite.
Right.
Was that like a way for you to cope the schoolwork? Like, what were you like? How were you keeping your mind off of that at the time? Like
The support of my family and friends, I would say.
For sure.
It was hard, you know, especially now. I'm 51. She died when I was 14. So, you know, Mother's Day kind of affect me. Christmas or
Oh yeah, take your time. Take your time.
to see my friends with their moms sometimes, you know. But I just hope my mom is looking down on me and she proud of the woman that I become, because I've been through a whole lot, like a whole lot.
No, I know she is. You know, they say a mother's love is eternal.
Yeah.
And I know that's a feeling that can never be replaced.
Facts.
For sure. And even with what I know about you so far, we'll get into everything, just your businesses and, you know, you overcoming those trials and tribulations. I know she is proud of you.
Thank you.
For sure. So just skipping forward a little bit, age 14, you were focused in school. What made you start switching to, you know, want to be outside more, like the other side? Like what made you start going that route?
I really think it was the lack of my mom being there, even though my grandmother did an awesome job of trying to fill her shoes, but nobody could fill your mother's shoes. So that involved me like ditching, going to ditch parties, going to hang out, you know, hooking up with the wrong boys, you know, people stealing from me, people it's just so much, Kai.
Did the friend group change, or was it more so like the guys you were dealing with? Like
The
what
guys
actually
I was
pulled you?
dealing with.
Okay.
Yeah, the guys I was dealing with. And it's kind of like a fast forward from like 14, because like I said, once I went back to school, everything was good. High school, great. It's when I met my husband when like things really start to like turn.
What age was that where you met him?
I met him when I was 20, almost 21.
And were you in school at the time or what?
No, I wasn't. I was working at the time.
Okay, so take me to that day where you met him, because it looks like meeting him is kind of where life shifted again.
Okay.
So how did that come about?
Well, I had known his cousin. She was a very good friend of mine. And actually, I used to babysit my ex-husband. He's a child of 10. He's 4 years my junior. Okay. So he was younger than me. And that's like how we met. Our families knew each other. And we used to go swimming over at his cousin's house. And one day we was just frolicking in the pool and stuff. And he was splashing water. I was like, you play too much. Like, what's wrong with you? And he like pulled me to him. He was like, one day you gonna be my wife. I was like, boy, please. But then, you know, it happened. And he was easily influenced by his brothers. Because like I said, it was 10 of them, 9 boys, 1 girl.
Oh, wow. Was he the youngest?
No, he was the second to the oldest.
Oh, okay.
And so, with that being said, him and his brothers, they was hitting licks. And their driver at the time had flaked out on them, right? And so he was like, babe, get up. I want you to drive. I'm like, you want me to drive? Drive where? He was like, come on, just ride with me. I want you to ride with me and Rayshawn, that's his brother.
What time was this?
This was in 1997.
No, like what time was it?
Oh, this was like 5 in the morning.
5 in the morning, he woke you up, so I need you to drive for me.
Yeah, let's roll.
All right, take us to that night.
Okay, so I got up and I washed my face and brushed my teeth. And when I was getting ready to walk out the door, my phone rang because it was house phones back then. So the house phone rang, and I was getting ready to go back to answer it. But he was like, no, come on, let's go because we already late.
Did you know what was about to happen though?
I did know. I knew.
Oh, okay. So you were with it.
I knew.
Ride it out.
Like, why do good girls like bad boys? I just got caught up.
You had already been seeing him do this, so you knew his lifestyle already. It wasn't like a secret.
No, it wasn't a secret. I mean, the robberies, they were kind of a secret until they hit one and brought everything home. And then that's when I knew.
Did you ever try to get him to stop, or it was just like, this is my husband, I love him, this is what he does?
At the time, Kai, I was about 300 pounds, very insecure, thought that was the only man that would ever love me, didn't know my self-worth. So it's like, yeah, whatever he want to do, I'm about it. Okay.
So you just felt like, if I love this man, this is my husband, I got to do this.
Like, I felt like he was the only man that would love me at the time. I didn't know my worth.
Nah, for sure.
Yeah.
So you get up, he's like, we got to go. So take me back to that moment. What happened from there?
So, like, as I said, remember the phone rang, right? Keep that in mind. So we go out, get in the car, and we drove to a McDonald's. And that's what they hit.
We robbed the McDonald's.
Yeah. So I stayed in the car. I didn't get out or none of that. And they was taking a long time in there. And something, you know how something just a light voice in your mind, like, this is not you. What are you doing? Like, just drive off. Just leave. You know? But I'm like, no, I can't leave him here like that. That'll be messed up. But they were taking like forever, Kai. And so when
Could you see inside the McDonald's, or you couldn't really see what was going on?
I couldn't really see inside, because where I was parked, I really couldn't see. But I could see the door with them coming out.
Oh, yeah.
And they nickeled and dimed it, like dropped a bunch of stuff, got to the car finally. And when they got in the car, soon as I head out the exit, the spotlight came on.
Nah. That fast?
Laws, police all around.
Right before you got
Right
on
when I didn't even get out the parking lot.
Oh, man.
And he was like, there go the police. What you gonna do? I'm like, what I'm gonna do? And we went on a high-speed chase.
That's crazy. So before we continue, he asked you what you was going to do. He didn't say drive. He really let that up to you. What was your mind day? Was your heart pumping fast? Like, how
Yes,
did you feel
exactly.
right now?
My heart was pumping fast because, like I said, this was back in 97, okay? So back then, I think that's when Set It Off first came out, and all these high-speed chases and stuff was popular on TV, and you seeing people getting beat by the police all the time on the news.
Yeah.
So that was my mindset. Like, oh, if I stop, they gonna kick my ass. Oh, excuse me.
Nah, you can cuss. Shit, either that or what,
Man,
shoot you.
yeah.
I know all type of things are probably running
So
through your
I'm
mind.
like, hell no, I'm gonna go. So I didn't even know where I was going, Kai. I was just gone. So we on this chase. I literally don't know what I'm doing. Like, who do you know in a high-speed chase using signals, using their damn blinker? Like, oh, it was a mess. So I'm like flying down Alameda. His brother is like, you know how you sit up and you hang over a seat and
Trying to guide you and stuff.
yeah, but his gun was right there. And I'm like, I felt kind of like away, like scared, you know, not only the police, but this. And he like, drive, go, go, go. You know, so we headed up Alameda, then we went all the way around and wound up somehow on the 110 freeway. And they was on us. I mean, it was police cars. it was the trucks, it was a helicopter overhead. I mean, they was on us.
This really like set it off.
Really. It was on the news. It was
For
back
real.
in 97. Yeah.
Wow.
Sure was. And I got off the freeway on what is that? PCH. I got off the freeway on PCH. I'm driving down PCH. And now, mind you, on Surface Street, I'm doing like 80 miles per hour.
Was there a lot of cars on the road at the time? Because what it was like 5.
It was
20,
like
5:30.
yeah, it was like 5:30 at the time.
Yeah.
So it really wasn't. But the moment I got to the intersection of Normandy and PCH, the Interman's bread truck came, and I hit it. I hit it with so much force that it turned on its side. My car caught on fire, and I was pinned in.
Wow.
Yes, and the airbags had knocked me out, so I was out
Fully unconscious.
fully unconscious. And as I'm coming to, I hear the fire captain arguing with the police because you know how in the driver's seat, just imagine if everything is like in your lap. And they couldn't put the fire out right because it just kept reigniting.
So the
like,
car smushed in on you
on me.
and it's on fire.
On me, right? And it's buckled. So I can't get out on the driver's side. They trying to do the jaws of life, to get me out. And I hear the fire captain arguing with the police like, I don't give a damn what she did. That's still a human, and you're going to unhandcuff her because they had me like handcuffed.
While you were pinned.
While I was pinned.
And
like she's not going anywhere. Where is she going? He was like, I'm going to have your badge if something happened to her. And that's what made him take the cuffs off.
The car was still on fire while they had you pinned?
Yes.
Oh, that's terrible.
Mm-hmm.
So your ex-husband and his brother, were they pinned in too? Like, what did they look like in this situation?
My brother-in-law, he had like glass and stuff on his face. With me, thank God, my airbag, it knocked me out. Mm-hmm. So it covered my face. And my ex-husband, he had like little fragments of stuff, but they were okay. I was the one that got the most injured. I had internal bleeding because the entire driver thing was in my lap. To this day, like a chunk of my leg came out like to the bone. Like bones are yellow. People don't know. And it took a long time for my skin to grow back, like right here.
For real?
Yeah.
Wow. Nah, that's a crazy scene. The fact that I'm visualizing it, I can only imagine like what was going through your mind at the time. And you were in and out of consciousness. You weren't fully back, right?
Right. I was scared shitless, like.
What type of car were you in? Because I'm imagining a truck, you going 80 miles per hour into a truck. Mm-hmm. Like, what type of car were you?
It was a Chrysler LeBaron.
And you knocked the truck over. So now you're pinned. They take the cuffs off of you.
And they put me on a stretcher and take me to USC Medical Center.
What happened next?
USC has a jail ward. Needless to say, the officers that were chasing me were very upset because, they shift ends at 6. And I had never, Kai, and I'm 51 years old, lived from South Central LA, born and raised, experienced racism like I did that day. They were like, you nigger bitch, we should throw you down the stairs, like just let this gurney go and let you go down the stairs. Got us all doing overtime, and we was set to go home and just going off. And then their sergeant came in, and at the time, I was working for CDC, the Community Development Commission, and he looked at my badge, and he was like, you don't even look like yourself, and he threw it at me. It's like some kind of community development you're doing. Like it was wild. I was so many monkey nigger bitches. It
This is
blew
all
my
while you were on
mind.
the gurney in pain, bloody, hurt.
All of that.
Wow.
Yes.
That's direct. You
That's
know, I
very
know it's
direct.
more subtle these days, but I know that was a lot to process at the time.
Yes, it was.
What were you thinking was about to happen? Did you think you pretty much knew you were about to get locked up, huh?
I pretty much knew that. Yes. I knew that that was going to happen, but I was more so concerned with the internal bleeding, my leg. Like, I didn't know what was going to happen, with me at the time. And they didn't share anything with me, like what was medically going on with me.
I was just about to ask you, was the medical staff at least respectful and, did they take care of you right?
A couple of them. Some of them not so much. I remember it was this one nurse. She was a very nice lady. And she worked with inmates. So, it was a table set up and there was some scissors, a scalpel, and something else sharp on there. I can't think of what it was. And she was changing a bandage on my knee. And I told her, I was like, nurse, I don't mean any harm. I said, but that's dangerous. That's within arm's reach. You dealing with convicts. You working with inmates. You shouldn't have like sharp objects like that because you never know what a person's mindset is.
Mm-hmm.
And she looked at me. She was like, "Thank you so much. I'm new. I didn't know." I was like, "No worries. But you gotta be safe. Rather safe than sorry."
No, for sure. You have a kind heart.
Thank you.
Most definitely. So out of curiosity, I got to ask, in that moment, were you still more so concerned about your ex-husband, or had you already shifted like, okay, I'm in a situation right now, what's about to happen to me? Or were you still concerned with them?
I was concerned with him. I was gone. Like, love can make you do some crazy things. And I was so in love with that man. And he just swept me off my feet, guy. And I was more so worried about him and what he had going on versus him worrying about me.
So you weren't even mad at him at that point. You were just more
No.
so like, we're going to ride this out, get through it.
Right.
So with that healing process, how long were you in there before, okay, now you have officials coming to talk to you, like, okay, now this jail, prison process is about to start. Like, where did that start?
Well, for the most part, I was like hospitalized most of the county time. A detective did come out and talk to me, but I was heavily medicated and sedated. So his partner was kind of like pressing it, like, yeah, let's talk to her, man. Like, look at her. And surprisingly, the white detective, he was like, nah, man, she is inebriated. Like, she's medicated. Like, she's out. We can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to do that. Come on, let's go. She doesn't have a statement.
Mm-hmm. They were trying to get something out of you.
Right.
So basically, give up your ex-husband and your brother-in-law.
Right. Now, fast forward to court. And remember, I told you that the phone rang when I left, right?
Oh, yeah.
So the phone rang, and it was my cousin's child's father. And he was the one that was supposed to drive, right?
That's who called you?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But my cousin had a setback. She had just had her baby. And when I called home, they called on a three-way, like, listen to this voicemail. And he was like, Kai, Ramon, man, it's her, man. I just had a badass dream, man. Y'all don't do that shit. Don't do that shit, because I had a dream. We did it, and we couldn't get out. We couldn't get out, man. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Wow. So that call, the night of when that happened, you didn't answer his call.
I
right?
didn't answer. I was on my way out the door.
But he was trying to give you a warning.
Yeah, and I was turning back to answer the phone. But my ex-husband's like, come on, let's go.
See, that really just shows that it's a lot of spiritual warfare going on.
Indeed.
Are you a spiritual person?
I am.
Mm-hmm.
Extremely.
Yeah, dreams can show us a lot. Sometimes they're direct,
Right.
sometimes they're subtle, but that's crazy that call could have changed the whole direction of your life.
A whole lot.
What did you say to that? Like when you heard that, like I had a dream, like where did that take your mind when you heard that?
I'm like, damn, I should have answered the phone. And I beat myself up like for a long time about that. I really did.
No, I can only imagine that's one of those things that you'll probably still think about to this day. Like one phone call could change the whole direction of everything.
It sure can.
So moving forward, what was the next steps in this whole process of them questioning you, trying to get info?
Right.
What happened next?
So after that, once the hospital stabilized me enough to move me, that's when Twin Towers first opened.
What's that?
Twin Towers is a correctional facility. It's a county jail downtown.
Okay.
It was primarily for men until the ladies' county jail was too messed up. They shut it down. I forgot what they named it, Susan something. But anyway, they moved the women in one tower and the men in the other. And so they took me to the infirmary. Now, mind you, this happened September 1st, so this was on Labor Day of 97, okay? So, long story short, I wound up going to and from court. First, it started off in a wheelchair. Then I went to crutches. And then a cane, because remember, my knee was messed up. And so the times that I'm going to court, Kai, it was so many. I had no idea how many law enforcement was following me. It was Linwood Sheriff, LAPD, Highway Patrol, Southgate PD, Torrance PD, and the Ghetto Bird.
They're all a part of this high-speed chase.
And all of them showed up to testify.
I know that was crazy for you.
It was.
I was going to ask you how many police were actually in pursuit of you. So everybody knew about this. Makes sense why it was on the news. Mm-hmm. Okay. So was your ex-husband at court too, or everything was separate?
He was until the end. Oh, and I do need to roll it back a little bit. Like as I'm going to court, I couldn't afford no attorney. So they call them public defenders. We call them public pretenders. And the first one I had didn't mean me any good. So I didn't know I was able to fire him until one of the girls that was in the infirmary told me. So I fired him. And then I wound up getting a really nice lady. And she wound up getting me out on what's called an OR, on recognizances, which was like a miracle in itself because my bail was like $750,000. Like,
wow,
who gets out on a OR with that? But I did have to wear an ankle monitor and everything. And like I went to court from the streets of most of my case.
So just to backtrack a little bit, how do you identify a public pretender? Like you get paired up with this public pretender. Like what about, it was a girl?
The first one was a man.
So the man, what was it about how he was interacting with you that made you feel like, oh yeah, he don't care about this. He don't care about me?
Yeah, Kaisha Jones. I'm like, no, it's Kyisha. Okay, Kyisha. What we have here, I'm like, no, it's Kyisha. And if you can't say Kyisha, then Kai. Oh, well, whatever, Miss Jones. Now, I'm just letting you know it's not looking good for you. You need to just go ahead and take this deal. Now, they're offering you 10 years. And I'm like, 10 years? I never even had a parking ticket, sir. And you talking about take 10 years? Like, I'm not going to do that. I didn't go in. I didn't rob anybody. I didn't have no gun. All I did was drive. I'm not taking no 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
And so he was like, well, if you go to trial, you're looking at 19 years. And it's not going to look good for you, so you might as well just take the deal. So, when I came back from court and I was talking to one of the ladies that was in the infirmary, she was like, hell no, fire his ass. And they'll assign you somebody else.
Okay, so that's when you started learning about how this whole system works. It's like you said, you had never got a parking ticket, nothing. It was your first time.
First time.
Wow, okay. So, folks, if you ever going through the court system, you got to identify those public pretenders. For sure. He was just trying to get his check.
That's
just
it.
Get you up off his hands.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so remind me one more time. So you got out on an OR?
Yeah.
Explain that one more time. What is that?
What an OR is, it's a motion that your attorney can file for you.
Mm-hmm.
If you've never been in trouble before, you have pretty much a clean record, or if you've had, what do you call it? Like, not a felony, but a misdemeanor of some sorts. It all depends on your record. Then your attorney could ask for an OR. Like, it's kind of like bailing out, but not paying, if that make any sense.
Until the trial.
Until
so you're out with
right.
an ankle monitor.
You're out fighting your case.
And ex-husband and brother-in-law
stayed in. Yeah.
Wow. So where was your mind at right now? You're back out. Like, what? How are you feeling? That's a lot.
I was taking it a little lightly. I'm thinking like, oh, okay, I got out on this OR. Everything gonna be all right. I think I'm gonna be able to get probation or something. Not knowing I'm gonna do no jail time, no.
How long were you out before this turned into something?
I fought my case, I want to say, for like 6 months I fought, but I was only out on OR for 2 months.
Okay.
They remanded me back.
Okay, so in this 2 months, like you said, you're thinking, okay, I'm going to probably get off on probation. I was just a driver.
Right.
So in the outside world, you weren't really doing anything to prepare yourself to go away for some years.
No.
Wow.
Not at all. Like I said, naive.
Mm-hmm.
Not knowing about the streets,
How was that like though, coming back? Because your family, you had never got in trouble. You go out, get in a high-speed chase. What's your family saying to you right now? Like, what are the people in your life saying to you?
Well, my grandmother is the one that it just killed my soul with. She like, baby, what were you thinking? I raised you better than that. Like, I can't believe it. Like, I'm so disappointed in you. You hurt my heart. Mm-hmm. And a couple of my friends were upset with me. They didn't want to talk to me, because they like, you taking you away is taking you away from us. Like,
everything.
Yeah, we depend on you for a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Family too. Little cousins, all of that.
Nah, for sure. It looks like you were definitely a positive factor in your family.
I try to be, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Were you communicating with your ex-husband at the time, or you even allowed to have any communication?
I wasn't allowed. The judge was like, can't have no type of communication with him.
Okay.
But he did write a letter, to the house or whatever. Mm-hmm. Bullshit, I love you and all of that, da-da-da-da.
I was gonna ask you, like, was that love still there? Like, this is my man, I'm riding with him, or had that other feeling start to set in? Like, this guy ruined my life. Where were you at right then?
That came once I got remanded back, and it was a court date, and you know how it's one side for the prosecution, one side for the defense. My family took up all of the defense side and needed some of the prosecution side.
Oh, wow.
And then
came out for you.
Yeah. But it's also a few females came out from my ex-husband that he was smashing.
This your first time even seeing this?
Yes.
Wow.
So it's like, really? Like, I'm riding this ride with you and this is what you do to me, like for real.
How did you know that he was dealing with them though? Or did you just know, or things that were saying like how did you
They
know?
came in with one came in with a T-shirt said "Free my baby," you know. The other one had a big tattoo of his name on her. Like,
Wow,
yeah,
that's overwhelming.
very overwhelming.
Dang. Okay, so your family came out, his other women came out.
Hmm.
How did that court date go? Like, take us to that day.
Needless to say, my family and friends was like ready to get it in, you know, and
I'm already knowing.
the bailiff, you know, he had to escort a couple of ladies off the floor. You know, it was some back and forth. Like,
Wow.
bitch, she my what was that? Oh, bitch, like quit fucking with my cousin husband. Like, she the wife. Y'all ain't nothing but jump offs and all that old stuff.
They knew about you?
Yes.
Oh, okay. They were just side pieces.
Man.
Mm-hmm.
Mama the worst. When we were out, like I said, we had a house phone. His mother used to call our home with the girl on the three-way to talk to him. And how I knew
Wow.
that, one day I answered the phone. She asked for him. And we had a kitchen phone. And I was like, babe, telephone. And I said, it's your mom. And you know how as you hanging up,
Yeah, how it used to be. You gotta have the other phone still
as
up.
I was hanging up, I hear the female like, dang, you said you was leaving her, when you going? And I was like, what in the hell is going on? Like, for real, you that grimy, you would do that? You disrespectful. And I cussed his mama out, cussed him out. And it was just horrible. But why good girls like bad boys? He had me gone, God.
Mm-hmm.
It's sad to say, but I love that man more than I love God himself. And that is exactly why the relationship took a turn, how it did, and how the relationship unfolded and how it turned into us going our separate ways.
No, I know you learned a lot of lessons from that.
Hell yeah.
For real.
Indeed.
So you get sentenced.
Mm-hmm.
How much time did you end up getting sentenced with?
They wound up sentencing me to 4 years.
4 years.
Mm-hmm.
I can only imagine how that felt. Did your stomach drop?
My stomach dropped, the tears fell, the disbelief kicked in. It's like, what I'm going to do? I done lost like 4 years of my life.
How old were you right now?
At that time, I was 22.
22.
Mm-hmm.
And you're about to go to prison.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, 4 years, especially when you thought you were about to walk.
Right.
I can only imagine.
Mm-hmm.
So what prison did you end up having to go to?
The very first one I went to was CIW, Chino Institute for Women.
Yeah.
And they had me stay there for a little while. I thought I would be able to go to fire camp, but due to my knee, I couldn't.
How was that though? Like, so first day in prison, I know you had already been in jail, like, but in the medical ward mostly.
Right.
But at this point, you're healed enough to just be out with everybody in the prison.
Mm-hmm.
I can only imagine what this is. You said 97?
Yeah.
Were you scared to go to prison?
Shitless. You have no idea.
Yeah, like we talking about it. I'm like, dang, this is her first time going in here. Like,
Man,
they
it
put you
was
on the bus and
crazy.
stuff?
Oh God. Okay, so the very first day, no, my naive ass. Okay, so number one, all of this, the makeup, the weaves, the wigs, ain't none of that in the pen. No. So culture shock, right? So I'm going in, you know, I'm a tall girl. I'm 5'9" or whatever. And I'm a girly girl you see right now, but, you know, without makeup and 7 to the back, you know. So I went to the chow hall to get something to eat. And the girl that was serving the food, she just like kept being nice to me, like giving me food and stuff. And I'm like, oh, she's so nice. Like, that's so cool of her. Like, she know I'm new, whatever, whatever. And one of the ladies that I had met, she was like, girl, she trying to get with you. She wants you to be her girlfriend. I was like, no, she don't. You know,
She was like a butch type of.
no, I looked the part to be because I had braids to the
Oh, yeah.
back, no makeup or whatever. But I'm girly as hell, you know?
Yeah.
And so I want to say like maybe the next day, chow again, breakfast, lunch. At dinner, it was a note on my tray. And it was like, I'm like, what the hell?
Oh, man.
And it said, Dear Daddy, I really find you very attractive. You are so handsome. Like, can we go out? Can I meet you on the yard? And I want to take care of you and show you how to, get through your time. And
So she called you handsome.
yes, I'm like, ain't that a bitch? So I I read the note. I didn't touch the food. And I took it back, and the guards right there, and like, Jones, go sit down. I was like, nah, I need to holler at her. There's something wrong with my food. Mm-hmm. So when I went to her, I was like, look, check this out. I thank you for what you was doing or whatever, but I am strictly dickly. I don't mess around. Nothing to you. You do you, but I'm not gay, so I please don't do that. That's offensive to me. That's not my get down. And we became great friends too after that.
Yeah.
Yeah. She was a
cool.
cool girl, but just know that they try it. But if you let them know that that's not your get down, then you're okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So how did that prison sentence go for you? You had your first moment in there. It's good that you were stern enough to let her know that instead of being scary. Because I know that's how people get taken advantage of. It
was a lot of different things because in women's prison, it's like dorm life, right? Mm-hmm. Where I was in Chowchilla, it was 8 women to a room. Wow. You have 4 bunk beds, top and bottom. Everybody had their drawers and their lockers. And then there's 1 bathroom that 8 women have to share.
1 bathroom, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm. 1 shower. And how the showers is made, it's like it's open up here and open down here, but closed where you can't see like your body parts, so to say. Mm-hmm. I guess for safety reasons,
Yeah.
The inmates try and take themselves out, whatever. Mm-hmm. And so I had a roommate that was a lifer. Her name was Loca. And in prison, sometimes they have a family thing, like grandma, grandpa, mom, cousin.
I see you and everything.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So Loca, she called me a big baby, and my roommate, her name is Nikki. They call her Little Baby because I got a baby voice or whatever, so they call me Big Baby. And so we used to always play around. And one day Mel came around, and I guess she must have got bad news from home. And I was like hopping on her bed, like, hey, Loca, come on, Pops. Like, no, Big Baby. I said, stop, damn it, stop. Like, you play too much. I'm like, oh, okay, you don't have to get like that. Like, you better quit playing before I take your date. Meaning, we could get into, like, fight or whatever, and her saying take my date as in I get more time. I won't go home on the day I'm supposed to go home. So I was like, you gonna take my date? Are you serious? I'm like, girl, don't play with me. I said, you could take my date and take my date and take my date. I was like, guess what? You mess with me, I will take your birthday. Don't play with me. I'm not the one. Because you have to have that tough exterior to get through it, because people will try you.
Got to.
They really will.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you adapted pretty fast, it seems like. In the pod that you were in, was it like a leader in there, or Were y'all just all just coexisting? Just
I mean, it was cliques.
yeah.
It was cliques, and I still keep in touch with some of my friends that I met in there today.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
That's nice.
Shout out, Quita. I see you, girl.
Oh yeah, nah, for sure.
Yeah.
I know in the male prisons it's a lot of gangs in there. Is it the same in the female prison, or is it more so just cliquish? People in there for random reasons and stuff.
It's cliquish, and I think with the females more so, it's the dope. It's dope. It's the dope. It's so many
so you saw a lot
things
of
in
that.
there. Oh my God. I never knew about like shooting up and heroin and all that stuff until I went to jail. I never knew what kicking meant. None of that. When they shaking and kicking the habit or whatever, got to get it off of them. I never knew none of that, and I seen it firsthand, and it was scary as hell.
I can only imagine.
Seizures. A girl fell off her bunk just seizing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy.
So being that was a lot to deal with at the time, first time going to jail, first time going to prison, first time seeing heavy drug use, how was your mind at that time? Like when they gave you those 4 years, did you just accept it? Like, okay, I'm gonna just be as strong as I can be and deal with this? Or during that time, was it like hard for you to, obviously it was hard, but did you just accept your time and say, I'm gonna just get through this? Did you see the light at the end of the tunnel? Or was it a struggle for you to get through this time?
In the beginning, I would say it was slightly a struggle. Only because it take a while for what they call programming. Like once you start either going to school or working the prison industry or having a job, around the prison. Because just sitting in your cell, that's dead time. It's like looking at the clock, like when is it time to go home? Is it time to go home? So that was a little rough. But once I started my programming, it really, really helped me get through my time. And I learned everything about computers in jail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What type of classes were you getting into?
I took Microsoft Office, Word, Excel. That's when, Windows first came on the scene where you could put different, windows together and programs and different stuff like that. I learned to type faster in there. Shout out Miss Stalin. I hope you still working there and helping the women make a better them. Because you made a better me, so thank you. But yeah, it was just like regular, like going to regular college, kind of like.
So at that point, you had adapted to everything.
I had adapted. We shop once a month. You order off the commissary. It was like dorm life, like on a college after so long. I went to church. I was in the church choir.
Yeah.
Yes, T.D. Jakes even had a special with our choir.
For real.
Yeah, it was. He
cool.
wasn't there. He wasn't at our prison. He was at another prison, but it was like, live via satellite. And we sang. I taught my choir a sign language song that I had learned from when I was in kindergarten that I still remembered.
Oh, so you ended up becoming a leader in there.
Yeah.
I can only imagine, though, because before you went in, you already had positive things going.
Yeah.
So I know once they saw who you are, truly, I know it was easy for them to look at you as somebody who's like a positive role model.
I try to be. Yeah.
Dang, okay. So at what point, just to fast forward, at what point did you start seeing the light at the end of the tunnel? Like when you had a year left, 6 months left, when did you start
I
saying,
would say my last 30 days.
Oh, that's when you started to be like, okay, I
Like,
did it.
oh my God, what am I gonna do for housing? Am I gonna be able to even find a job? Like, what is life gonna be like once I hit these streets? And in there, it was kind of tough. You call home on holidays, you hear everybody in the background having fun. Oh, that used to tear me up. I hated that. Getting the letters and the pictures, seeing how the little ones done grew up so big and the older ones, older family members looking so much older. It's like,
Definitely.
dang,
Yeah, 4 years is wild.
wow.
Mm-hmm.
It was. But like I said, I needed that time to work on me, Kai. I hate that I got caught up, but if I had to do it all over again, to be able to have book smart and street smart and the testimony that I have, I would do it all over again.
You know, that's real powerful that you say that. I've heard that from a couple of the other interviews we did too. It sucks that it's prison, but a
Yeah,
lot of people kind of came to terms with themselves in there because you're forced to sit with yourself, you know, without those influences of another dude, you know, and you kind of have to force yourself to be strong.
You do.
So that's a very powerful testimony.
Thank you.
No, for sure. So you get out. Who picked you up?
It was my 2 aunts and my cousin.
Okay. Dang, how was that day for you? Take us to the day you got out.
I couldn't sleep that night. I take out to the night before. Over the years, I had collected a lot of stuff because you could have your own personal radio, little TV, and all of that stuff. So I gave my stuff away to my roommates. And I just was on my bunk like all night. I couldn't sleep. And they was like, go to sleep, big baby. Go to bed. It's going to come. Like, in the morning, not going to come no faster and you being up. I'm like, I can't sleep. My nerves all over
I know
the
that
place.
24 hours is crazy.
Oh, it was crazy.
I'm already knowing.
And then that morning, it just seemed like it took forever for them to come and get me. Like, the officers to take me to the releasing
You think
portion.
something went wrong?
Yes. Like, oh, my God. Not another day. Man. And so it got really real when they gave me my clothes to change out into. Your family members have to bring you something to change your clothes, or they mail them to you, either or. And so I changed out into my clothes, and then I'm looking at it, this uniform, because it used to be some old ugly ass jeans with the granny waistband, you know, and a baseball shirt. And I'm like, I don't never got to wear this shit again.
Never again.
Never, ever again. And so I put it down. I closed my eyes and I said a silent prayer. I'm like, thank God that this is over. And I thank you for carrying me and being with me. And know that this is a lesson learned. I won't ever do nothing like this again, God. Thank you.
Powerful. Definitely a lesson learned. So just out of curiosity, I know you had kind of, became a part of a community in there. You were in the programs. Essentially, you became a better woman. Did any part of you say, I'm going to miss this at all? No, that's a crazy question, but were you just like, I'm gone, like, I need freedom?
You know what? I can say, like I said, I was in the choir, and we were really good. They was talking about cutting an album with us,
wow.
like, for real, but I left.
Yeah.
Just the friendships, the closeness, the advice of the ladies, that's what I would miss. But that life, nah.
No, I feel you. It's also something because I feel like it's a lesson that you can find community wherever you are. Even in situations like that. A lot of people look at inmates just like stats or just bad people, but everybody's a human, even when you're in those uncomfortable places, like it's good people everywhere you go. So that's good you connected with some.
Right.
For sure. So you get out, you're out of there.
Right.
What were you trying to do first? Eat something, or I got to get my favorite food, see my family?
Yes. So I put my clothes on, like I said, gave them their uniform, and I exited out. And I was so happy to see my aunts and my cousin. I went up to ran to them and hugged them and stuff. But I'm thinking in my mind, like, my God, time. You just see time on their face. Like, years have passed. And it hurt a little bit, but I was happy too, to see them and stuff. And they was like, where's the rest of you? Because remember, I told you I was like 300 pounds.
I was just about to ask you that.
I lost a lot of weight.
Were you working out in there, or was it more so like the diet that they were giving y'all?
It was both the
Okay.
diet that they gave us and my friend Quita that I had mentioned.
Oh, yeah.
She was
Shout
my
out, Quita.
drill. Shout out Quita. Girl, you know, you worked me out. Thank you. We used to get up and work out every morning. They had little exercise equipment and stuff.
Okay.
And she was my motivation. Like, it'll be days I just be in the bed and she'll come down my hallway and like,
Let's get it.
come on, Kai, let's go. I'm like, oh, I'm not going. She's all right, when I get out, I'm going to be finer than you. I'm like, no, you're not. Let's go. Let's go.
Oh, yeah. So y'all was on it. For sure. So what did you want to do at that time? Like, I know you had probably been thinking about it. Like, what do I want to do when I get out? What did you want to do at that time? Because what it's like, 2000, 2001 or something?
I parole, because at the time, even though I got sentenced to 4 years, I did 2 years and like 8 months, something like that. So I got out at the end of 99.
Okay.
Okay. And so when I did get out, I'm like, oh God, you know what I'm going to do. So my first visit was to my parole officer. And I'll never forget him because he didn't really want to do anything for me. And it's this book, and all you inmates out there, ex-inmates out there know, called a Title 15. It's a book for both inmates and for guards that they have to, like, rules and regulations. What's afforded to you as an inmate versus what rules you got to follow. Same thing for the guards and same thing for the parole officers. It's just a Department of Corrections thing. It's called a Title 15. So I'm an avid reader. I read that thing like from top to bottom, right? And I got out November the 14th of 1999. 2 weeks to the day I got out, I got me a job. It was a seasonal job.
Oh, you was on it.
Yeah, it wasn't nothing, huh?
What job was it?
It was Macy's.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. So I was working with them, working hard. I didn't have a car at the time. Catching the train and the bus or whoever give me a ride. And when I'm seeing my parole officer, you know, had to take a drug test and give it to him. So I would go and I'm like, I'm not giving you no dirties. I'm not none of that. I don't want your clothing vouchers. I don't want your bus tokens, none of that. I'm a woman. I work late at night. I have various hours. I want a car. Because, see, at the time in the Title 15, an inmate could get up to $3,200.
Oh, okay.
But they didn't want to do that. They rather give you clothing vouchers or a gift card or some
scraps.
Yeah, little scraps. No, I know my rights. So, needless to say, thank you, State of California, for purchasing my very first car. I was able to acquire a car for like $2,200.
They paid for that.
And they pay for that.
Dang, knowledge is power.
Yeah, knowledge is power.
Knowledge is power, y'all.
Knowledge is power. Don't let your parole officer tell you no. If he tell you no, he got a boss. If that boss say no, that boss have a boss. And on top of that, all the way up to the division chief if you have to. Know your rights, and reading is fundamental.
Gems. And that's what we like to do as well. Like, if it's something you learn, like, teach the people, because you never know who may end up going through the same situation as you know, and a lot of times our people don't educate themselves, you know.
Facts.
So I salute you for being an avid reader.
Thank you.
Most definitely. So you get your car. I know you were back feeling like good. You back on wheels. You working.
Yes.
What was next for you though? Because I know you didn't want to just stay there.
I did not. And at the time, Macy's wanted to offer me full-time employment. That would involve a background check. I'm fresh out, so I'm scared. You know, I don't even want to put that on an application.
Yeah.
So I started going to job centers, looking for jobs. the very first real career I got, shouts out to WLCAC, Watts Labor Community Action Committee. Love you guys. Thank you for giving me my first shot at having a career. And you knew that I had a record, so shout out. So I started working for WLCAC. I was a secretary because I brushed up on my secretarial skills.
Oh yeah.
In jail. So I was very well versed in, Microsoft Word, Office, all that typing, everything. And I worked in the transportation department under Mr. Ted Watkins, rest in peace. He was a great boss. He saw the potential in me too, and he pushed me to go back to school. Yeah. I didn't stay how I should have stayed, and I didn't finish, because school bores me. I don't know why, but it just does. Mm-hmm. But anyway, I work for WLCAC, and they're a pillar in the community. They do a lot of good work in the community, as does PV Jobs. I worked for them from 2000 to 2004. And one of my coworkers, her name is Sherry, she gave me a referral to PV Jobs. She was like, oh, Kaisha, PV Jobs, they looking for a receptionist, I'm sorry. And she was like, and it pay way more than what you making right now. You should apply. I'm like, well, Sherry, if it makes that much, why you not applying? She was like, because, I'm getting ready to move to Atlanta. I'm like, well, no, I didn't know, but now I know. She's like, I'm telling you, go. So I went, I applied, I met up with Ernest.
R.I.P. Ernest.
R.I.P. Ernest. That was a great man. I love you and miss you so much, Ernest. But I interviewed with Ernest, and at the time his secretary name was Brenda. And they really liked me, and they wound up hiring me.
Okay.
And I started my career as the receptionist, front office. This is when the office was over on Jefferson in the building. We moved a couple of places.
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I was there, and I think I was a receptionist for maybe 4 months.
Okay.
Let me tell y'all how good God is and how good Ernest was to me, y'all.
Speak to him.
That man walked over to my desk and was like, you know what, Kyisha? You don't make enough money. I'm about to give you a $3 an hour raise. Look at God.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like,
I like that.
You playing with me, Ernest? He was like, yeah, I got you. And then from that raise, then one of the ladies that worked in the interns program, her name was Seneca. Seneca moved on to, I think she a DA now.
Oh, okay.
She moved on to go to law school and finish out. And so I wound up interviewing for her position, and I got it. And it was working under the interns program, LACCD, with the 9 campuses. And at the time, we were assisting the students to getting paid and unpaid internships if they attended any of the 9 community colleges within the LACCD college district.
Okay.
And I helped out the students with their resumes. I would do mock interviews with them. I would help them with their job applications if they needed any assistance with that, giving them job leads. I would partner with different agencies that were looking for employees.
You were grinding.
Yeah.
A lot of ambition too, as well.
Like,
so after that 4 years, it seems like you kind of made your mind up, like, I got to catch up. Because you were moving.
I was.
A lot of people would have stayed at Macy's. A lot of people would have stayed secretary. Like, you kept going.
Yeah.
Nah, for sure. I like that.
Right.
Okay, so take us back. You were helping them with resumes and everything.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was helping them out with resumes and everything. And at the time, we had like over, I want to say like 1,900 students in our database
Wow.
that I had to maintain.
1,900 students.
Yeah,
Sheesh.
me and Shavetta. Shout out Shavetta. Hey, girl.
Same Shavetta that was
Same Shavetta that was
shout out
here. That was
Shavetta,
my
man.
girl.
Okay.
We had a team. PV Jobs was, you think it's big now. It was gigantic back then. I had 2 offices back then, Kai.
For real?
Yeah, one was downtown in the, I forget that doggone building, but it's on 7th Street, right across the 7th Street Promenade.
Oh, okay.
On the 21st floor with a construction company called Dim Gym. Because at the time, PV Jobs, it was a multi-million-dollar project to build up Playa Vista.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like 4 or 5 different phases. And Ernest, oh my God, he's such a smart, resounding businessman. He was able to convince them to put in place and set aside at least 30% of the jobs for PV Jobs applicants, and the incentive for the employers was that you could get tax credits, for these individuals. The sustaining power holding them is longer, just different things, different
For sure.
caveats for them to be able to work there. And it was very successful. Now it's a beautiful city. Like,
Yeah, we had a couple events out there.
mm-hmm.
I first went like 3 years ago. It's beautiful out there.
Right.
Beautiful, clean, nice, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so you were down around during that era.
During that time.
Okay, nah, for sure.
Yeah. I was with PV Jobs from 2004 to 2014.
Oh, so you had a good experience.
Yeah, 10 years.
Nah, most definitely. I met Ernest a couple times on Zoom, but didn't really get to know him too well, but I've only heard great things about him. And I remember even when we did your tribute video a couple years ago, you spoke very highly of him too. So I know he was a good man. R.I.P. Ernest, for real.
Yeah, R.I.P. Ernest.
Visionary.
Yes.
So from there, kind of leading up to where you are now, like, can you tell us, like, what do you have going on these days?
Okay. So right now, and I want to talk to the people, like, just because you have a record, that doesn't defy you. It doesn't change who you are as a person. You just got to grind a little harder. You can get a job. Don't think that you can't. Oh, I got a record. I'm not going to be able to work. That is so far from the truth. It's just a little hard to get. Right now, I work for the government. Okay, I'm a proud homeowner in the city of Compton.
Speak to him.
I've been owning my home now. It'll be 14 years on Halloween. And I did it all by myself. That no good husband that I had. You think I've got a lawyer? No, I did my own divorce. It's called due diligence. Just read. Reading is fundamental. A lot of my friends, oh, Kai, I got this ticket. I need you to help me write a letter. I need this, I need that. And I'm there to help, It take a village. Use your village. And don't let nobody tell you no. You can do it. And that's what I used to tell people that come through the doors of PV Jobs. Like, you got to want it for yourself. Your loved ones could want it for you. Your mama could want it for you. But if you don't want it for yourself, it's not going to happen for yourself. You have to be successful and have that grind and that mindset. And don't let nobody take it from you. Don't let them say you can't work for the city or the county. No, that's not true. Don't let them say just because you have a felony that is going to be on your record forever. That's not true. True enough, some felonies cannot be expunged. However, have you heard of a California rehabilitation certificate? Guess what? I have one. And it's very easy to get. All you have to do is go to the website. I think it's www.californiagovernment.gov, I believe. I'm not sure, but Google it. That's what Google is for. And type in California Rehabilitation Certificate and check and see. Because I got shot down so many times when I was trying to close my record, seal it because of what it was. But with the rehabilitation certificate, it enables you to do better and move more free, number one. And two, it could line you up for a full pardon. Did you know that? Or you could write your president and get cleared. So when Kamala Harris become president, President Harris, please sign mine because I'm going to write you, girl.
Hey, y'all heard her. I want to say, Kaisha, that was a very powerful testimony. I didn't even know what I was in store for today, and that's why I intentionally didn't ask you any of those details because I wanted to hear it first and authentically. I commend you and I salute you. You're welcome. You're welcome for going through everything that you went through and still being a positive beacon. And even just now trying to help the people, that's what this is all about.
Right.
You go through it, learn the lesson, and then you show somebody. And even if you can just reach one person, it goes a long way.
Yes.
Is there anything else you want to plug out to the people before we wrap this up today? Anything? Can they follow you? How can they get in contact with you if they want info?
Well, I'm older, so I'll be on Facebook. My Facebook is Miss Kyisha. No, I'm sorry. Kyisha Soulfly Jones. That's my personal. And then I also have a catering business, Miss Kai's Cuisine with a K. I make some amazing soul food.
Amazing soul food. That's the first thing I said when we started the pod. Yeah, I had the itis for sure after I ate it. Keep doing your thing.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So I have that going and working. That's just about, it. I just want to just put that message out there to the people. Like, don't let nobody stop you because people are haters. They will block your blessings. Don't let nobody tell you you can't do it because you can. And all my ladies out there that's caught up in some bullshit relationships, get out of it. Get out of it because God's got something more in store for you, better in store for you. You blocking your blessings. By you holding on to that negative, the positive can't pour into you, ladies. So drop that zero, get with a hero. I love you guys so much and appreciate you.
Sure.
Thank you, Kai, for giving me this platform.
You're welcome.
I really
thanks for coming through.
appreciate it.
No, I appreciate you, and I know our audience appreciates you for sure.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And on that note, y'all, Sensei Kai, Dojo Sessions, like, comment, subscribe, Reentry Network Podcast. We're bringing y'all powerful episodes back to back to back. We got to get these stories out to the community, and we have to save the youth. So y'all tune in. I will be back next week. We out.